overachiever. President of National Honor Society, honor roll every quarter, every semester. Took all honors and AP courses, all sorts of stuff like that. So I was very much gung-ho getting into college from the get-go. High school was very simplified. It was like, this is everything you need to know exactly for your exam. So when I went into the exam, I knew what the questions were going to be mostly. We'd have practice exams. We would review the day before the test. College, it's like, here's the material. We're going to review and go over all new material up until the day before your exam. So it was a completely different ball game. You don't know what to expect, even with practice exams.
You will be able to adjust to incompatible components between high school and college learning environments. That's one of the first things we're going to do. Understand outcome valuation in its relation to course outcomes, and that's a term that I made up that I kind of ripped from finance, and I'll talk about that. You're going to be able to decode course outcomes and ascribe value to the outcomes in those courses. And then your homework, you're going to be using this diagram once I go over it to compare what you've been doing and the value of the work you've been doing with the value of the work that's necessary in your courses. Most students simply don't have a framework for deep learning, so they just use the same one they've always used. And so by using the diagram in this way, and why I encourage you all to continue using it for at least the next month, is you'll see that you'll develop that framework and you'll be able to sort of mentally place in your mind where that information goes, where it belongs.
I've heard a lot about the metacognition and the different things there, but I wanted to really apply it to myself as a student, and I saw like an immediate increase in all of my scores. And I've learned, especially after the second session, how to better listen and how to be able to extract the knowledge that I need and to apply it to my notes versus just writing every single thing down that they say. In that class, I got a 70 on that first exam, and then
And you weren't thrilled with that?
no. I at least aim for a B at the very minimum. I strive for the A, but I can be okay with the B as long as I put forth the effort. But when it came to the second exam, after learning all of these strategies, I was able to break down my notes. And by that, I went from a 70 on the first exam to a 93 on the second. So a big difference.
Wow.
So it's made an entire difference in my academic career there.
In technology class, my last quiz I made a 70 on, and this week's quiz I made 100 on.
Wonderful, good job, give her a hand, that's a great job.
Studying for my anatomy test on Monday.
Okay, well good, so you made a 70, was that medical criminology? Terminology, and you got a 70 on the first quiz, and then after you applied some of this, you got 100. So
I had stopped to look back at the notes that I had taken for my statistics class and my English class, and I guess I was just so used to a very question and answer type education, and so when I was looking at my notes, I realized that the only type of notes I had, were the ones that I had not yet understood. It was topics that were foreign for me, but they were just for simply answering a specific question.
Gotcha.
They weren't really in depth. They weren't to apply to different scenarios. It was literally just information that would help me answer the specific question that was raised before me. And I realized that it needs to be a lot more than that so I can fully understand the material and not just be able to utilize it when it comes up.
yeah, that's well said, because as I mentioned before, most of us before coming to college where we have to interact with things more deeply, we become very accustomed to finding answers. As I said, in high school, a lot of the studying is about finding the right answers. And in college, a lot of it is about formulating the right questions. It's about being able to look at material and ask the right things from that material so that your mind begins to interact with it on a deeper level. So yeah, that's a valuable experience.